Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions of life, following a path that was laid out for you instead of one you truly chose? Maybe you feel pressured to meet expectations that don't really reflect who you are. Society tells you what success should look like. Get an education, find a stable job, get married, buy a house, retire at 65. But what if that version of success doesn't actually make you happy? What if you could break free from these expectations and start living life on your own terms? What if you could stop worrying about what others think, stop chasing things that don't truly fulfill you, and start making choices that come from your own inner clarity? That's exactly what we're diving into today with this audiobook summary of Living on Your Own Terms. What is Real Rebellion? By Osho. This is a straightforward, no-fluff summary designed to fit all the most important insights into a bite-sized format under 15 minutes. I've pulled the key lessons from this book so you can absorb them quickly and start applying them right now. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like and subscribe to support the channel and keep getting book summaries that challenge the way you think. Now, let's get started. The illusion of a pre-designed life. From the moment we're born, we're shaped by outside influences, parents, teachers, religion, media. We're told what's right and wrong, what's possible and impossible, what success and failure look like. But how much of this is actually true for you? Osho argues that most of us never stop to question the beliefs and ideas we've inherited. Instead, we follow them blindly, assuming they're the only way to live. Society wants order and predictability, so it encourages people to fit in, follow the rules, and not think too much for themselves. But this creates a world where people feel trapped in jobs they hate, relationships that don't fulfill them, and routines that feel meaningless. The problem is, most people don't even realize they're trapped. They assume that stress, dissatisfaction, and unhappiness are just part of life. Osho calls this spiritual slavery, living according to rules and traditions that were never your own. True rebellion isn't about breaking laws or rejecting everything blindly. It's about waking up and seeing the invisible chains that bind you. If you never question these expectations, you're not really living. You're just existing inside a structure that was built for you by someone else. The power of awareness. The first step to living life on your own terms is awareness. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to life instead of truly experiencing it. Osho teaches that awareness is the key to freedom. Imagine you're in a movie theater watching a film. You get completely absorbed in the story, feeling the emotions of the characters, forgetting that you're just watching a screen. This is how most people experience life. They believe the thoughts in their heads, the emotions that arise, the beliefs they hold, without realizing they are just mental conditioning. But what if you could step back and see things clearly? What if you could observe your own thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them? This is the power of awareness. Osho says that when you develop awareness, you stop living reactively. You don't just follow habits, fears, or social pressures. You start making choices consciously. You become an observer of your own mind, and in doing so, you reclaim your freedom. Breaking free from fear. One of the biggest reasons people don't live life on their own terms is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of stepping outside the norm. Society conditions us to seek security over adventure, comfort over risk, approval over authenticity. But fear is just an illusion. It's a mental construct created by the mind to keep you in the familiar. Osho says that the moment you stop being afraid, you start truly living. Think about how many decisions you've made based on fear. Staying in a job you hate because you're afraid of financial instability. Staying in a relationship that no longer makes you happy because you're afraid of being alone. ignoring your passions because you're afraid of what people might think. But here's the truth. Fear loses its power when you face it directly. The next time fear arises, instead of running from it, stop and examine it. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Most of the time, you'll realize that the fear itself is bigger than the reality. True freedom begins when you stop letting fear control your life. The art of being yourself. Most people have no idea who they truly are. They define themselves by external things, job titles, social status, relationships, opinions of others. But these things aren't you. If you lost your job, your possessions, your reputation, who would you be? If you stripped away everything society says defines you, what would be left? Osho teaches that true individuality comes when you detach from labels and just be yourself, not who you think you should be, not who others expect you to be, just you. This means following your passions, even when they don't fit into society's definition of success. It means making choices based on what feels right to you, not what will impress others. It means being okay with standing alone, because real individuality is rare. Most people are too scared to break away from the crowd. Living in the present moment. A huge reason people don't live life on their own terms is because they are stuck in either the past or the future. They regret past mistakes, worry about the future, and completely miss the only moment that actually exists right now. Osho says real freedom comes from living in the now. The past is gone. The future is unknown. The only time you have is this present moment. The more you focus on the now, the more your decisions become clear. You stop acting out of old fears, and you stop chasing a future that may never come. 5 key takeaways and how to apply them. First, question everything, every belief, every rule, every expectation. Ask yourself, is this truly mine or was it given to me? Start identifying the areas where you're following society's script instead of your own. Second, practice awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The more aware you become, the more power you have to make real choices instead of just reacting to life. Third, stop letting fear control you. Fear is an illusion. Start challenging it. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Face it, and you'll see how much unnecessary control it has over your life. Fourth, be yourself, no matter what. Stop seeking approval. Stop trying to fit in. The only way to live on your own terms is to accept yourself fully and act accordingly. Fifth, live in the present moment. The past is done. The future isn't here yet. Focus on right now, and life will become clearer and more fulfilling. Conclusion. Living life on your own terms isn't about rejecting everything. It's about choosing everything consciously. It's about awareness, freedom from fear, and the courage to be yourself. Osho's book isn't about giving you a new set of rules. It's about helping you break free from all rules so you can live a life that's authentic to you. If you've made it to the end of this audiobook summary, that means you're serious about living differently. The full book will be linked in the description if you want to dive deeper into these ideas. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment "Living Free" so I know you watched all the way through. I'll do my best to like and reply to every comment. Until next time.